The opinions and views expressed by the guests on the podcast do not reflect those of the channel and the host.
Listen, but xa ndiza kuwe ntombi yam ndifike nje man baby ABCDE you hayi man hayi. That's how most women react when as umjikta you tryna but they say we must but when we are but are you why drama queen but you said I must talk about how I feel and how
angizilanga ukuthi ngizofumana solution kuyo. No, let me just open up. And also the thing of like talking to someone who's not gonna bring their own problems as well on top of you, you understand, it's very helpful because more figure to a professional as I could. Tina Singer want to
Hey Tada family, I am your fine Xhosa gent, Thabo Dube, and today we're back with another episode of the podcast, the Unwind Sessions. And today I look like a gangster, I look like uMacala, I look like uGunpata. I look like a Khonta because of the strachela, but it's cold and I'm trying to keep my head warm. So I'm not that scary. But yeah, man, as I said, today we're back with another episode of the podcast, and I got my Pruria, I got the Khotman. No, you're Khotman. I respect you because you know it's not about age, but it's about how you are as a person, and I respect that. So I'm gonna let my boy introduce himself, who he is, what he is, what does he do, etc., etc. So go on, boy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, I understand, for providing the platform. He's good at behind the scenes. Yeah. But then my name is Sima Dlomo. I'm a professional in whatever that I do. Yeah. Be it in the field.
Yeah.
Be it in a classroom. You understand whatever
the hands.
Good.
You said in everything you do, so maybe you might be professional with the hand.
No, except the honeys.
Okay.
No, not in that aspect. Yeah, I'm a student at the University of Johannesburg.
That's a glory.
For look,
there's no way to locate you. Because I don't tell much people where I study, but that's not the point of the matter. Continue. That's not the point of the matter, but continue.
Yeah. But that's just about it. There's nothing much, and probably a lot like you'll be led into as we progress.
Yes,
but thank you so much, Andrea, for creating the platform.
So that's been behind the camera.
It's a very comfortable.
I know.
Start.
It sounds too easy, or it looks too easy then, but when you're behind the camera, but I got over it after episode number 2. But yeah, today's topic is sensitive. It's really sensitive, mainly because of the climate that we're in, not only as a country, but as a world in general. This thing happens, and it's very sensitive because there's certain things that you should not say, or there's certain things that you can't say because you'll be flagged, and people shy away from voicing out their opinions or how they feel about some certain things because they're afraid of the cancel culture. And now, I mean, for the longest of times, I've always wanted to say these things, but I felt afraid because I don't want people to look at me as some type of way. I don't want people to have a certain perception about me. But it got to a point where I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to speak about it. And because I feel like if you don't speak about how we feel, we will never be respected as a matter. One, I'm getting to where my topic, like what's the topic for today. One, singamadod on the indoor. I'm not talking about Luka and all of that. I'm talking about your gender.
Just in the middle.
Yeah, you're singamadod. Yeah. And we're living in the climate or in the world where singamadod and we are oppressed. we are violated in many ways. I take nothing away from what's happening to also women, but at the very same time, the things that we face on a daily basis, I've messed up. Phew. It's touchy. Yes, let me define, for instance, the topic for today. Let me just put it out today is the injustices that men face on a daily basis. Yeah. As in that, I forgot where I was going with this. I forgot it. It left my mind. But
It's too deep.
it's too deep. It's too deep. And as much as it's gonna sound serious to other people, but I feel like it needs to be spoken about. It needs to be spoken about. It's things that we need to share. People need to hear from other people saying it or other guys saying. Over to yo man, as I'm at, oh yeah, this is where I was going. There's a difference between feminism and feminists. Feminists and feminists. I'm a feminist. I strongly believe that I'm a feminist because of my upbringing.
Okay.
I believe that men and women in some parts are equal and should be treated like equals. For instance, if I went to the same institution as a girl who's doing the same course as I'm doing, which is sports management, and they're also doing sports management, they graduate, we go to the same job, but we're not getting paid the same because she's a woman and I'm a man. I don't believe in that. I feel like that is trash. It's shit. We have to be paid. We have to be treated as equals, regardless of our gender.
Yeah,
But it's what's happening. Including Noma and her sisters, about 6 strong women. Oh my God, they can do anything that a man can do. They can do anything that a man can do. Yeah, for man.
In a more exclusive, like in the Xhosa culture,
Yeah.
we understand the siyazi but umsebenzi, even not that the way but umsebenzi umninzi, or whether if there's an event that takes place, majority of the work is done by the women.
Yeah.
You understand, and they just don't get enough credit for it. You
Yes,
understand
yeah.
why? Because it's more like Tina says that they had labor. You understand?
Yeah.
It was a plan.
Yeah.
What they do as well, like with yonke lanto yokulungisa ubaba befika, like ukwamkela kwabantu is on them. You understand? Because they have to make sure the setting is okay, the food is there and whatnot. So it's hard labor on its own. You understand?
Exactly.
But they don't get enough
Credit.
They don't get enough credit for their culture experience. So to add on top of lento icho abantu abangumama in our culture, or rather kokweni, like people who are able to do each and everything that a man can do. You understand? And then I'm in a household that is like that. You understand? But umsebenzi omninzi ufunda kuba bona abantu abangomama. You understand?
Exactly.
And then God will give me the drive to go out there to other men. You understand? Abanye tata kuba ahambe yokwenza into kanje nakanje and whatnot. But at the very same time, like how figure pending, you don't be into when now we have to start being like unstable. You understand? Because when we call and when you are the man, no, not ngaphakathi kubethe sethu. You understand? So
And on the street, we are taught by women most things. Yeah, our fathers are working. Who's woman was in Ma, but I know it's best me collab as I was going. And then there are feminazis, which are the people that I have a huge problem with. Are people who are using feminism in the wrong way to hate men and belittle men and put them down to the ground. John Kanye said one thing that resonated with me till today. I was watching I don't know if it was an interview or something, but I forgot. It was like both men and women are locked inside a room and they're trying to get out, but they do not know how to get out. Instead, what do? They fight with each other. In the midst of the fight, fighting with each other, they do not recognize that both of us are keys to actually opening this door. So what do? We just fight each other instead of doing what? Communicating and working with each other to actually get the keys to open the door, because somebody is but because of folk as can. And I feel like that's where we are. I feel like that's what, I don't need you as a man. I don't need you as a woman. But actually, in actual truth, I need you as a woman. And you need me. Because we were made for each other. You were not, I don't believe in that notion of no. We were made for each other. But anyways, we're not, as a man, as a young man, how do you feel as a man? In terms of what I've just said.
Yeah, it's very true, Atem. In so many instances, like males and females like get into like disagreements, arguments and whatnot, with everyone trying to insist on their own opinions. Understand? But okay, I'm a female. This is what I want to do, or let's do it my way. Understand? Abantu, and in most cases we won't blame females now because they come from a point of view. I grew up having to do things by myself. You understand? Especially those maybe with background that are backgrounds that are not so glamorous and whatnot. Understand? And so you find in a situation whereby there's a man and there's a woman in a room, and there has to come up a solution. You understand? But you understand? And then female is like, hi, in here I am. Is a way. You understand? Now as a man, you're like, my sins are into this one, so we understand. And so it becomes tricky because and in most cases when as a man, one way or the other you have to submit, because if things escalate into because now as I mean, you can't say if like let's say if you're getting into a physical altercation with a female, if we are better, you can't retaliate more better now. I understand. You have to.
And speaking on that, there are things, but you just have to see them. Who's born? For instance, the reason that it's because of an altercation or incident that happened when I was a kid. I think I was 5 years. Or 6, somewhere there before my father passed away. My mom and my dad were fighting. Okay, she was fighting my dad. Chill. She was fighting my dad because my dad came back from Grove and he was drunk. But what my dad did, and why put you like a bread knife, she was stabbing my dad. My dad never fought back. She was trying to calm his woman down with and so those things are things that you don't I don't care like thousands, but if you never saw if you never grew up in a homestead that's stable where both parents are mama, because that's not what you used to, and environment yakho ikwenza lo muntu uzoba nguye. So if you grew up in a home where like tata beats the mom, okay, no matter you'll do it because that was normal to you. You normalize it, and that's where we find ourselves. That's the reason why we have the feminazi guy, because of what we do. But at the very same time, they disregard out there that are real good men. But because of these things, look at the what made me furious, and that led me to actually have this episode, is because of the Ladies Amar situation. With Java, the Kelly Kumalo situation. Those people aren't cancelled, bro. But look at how Java's career got messed up because of that. No one talks about that. The women don't give a damn about that. Look at how Kelly Kumalo is still living with Bombay, but there's this thing, you killed someone, but she's living life. Yet she did that. Or she allegedly did what she's being accused of.
Because I was just about to say, like in that in that conversation, you understand.
Yeah.
Not to say I know much about what's happening, you understand, with both cases,
yeah.
you understand, but first of all, into the environment that you grow up in, you understand, has so much, has an impact on indlela now, as time proceeds. But for yabona njengoba usitsho umuntu tatakho, there's a situation that happened and whatnot. Now on my side, I understand. Ebengekho. You understand? Njengoba engekho
like most fathers in our country.
Azikho ngonye zinkili.
Some are dead beats.
Yeah,
some a lot of fucked up things.
Yeah, I understand. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a situation that like transpires within your household.
Yeah.
But in specifically, this is what happened with them. Yeah, I understand. But it's I think even with family gatherings or regardless of
problem. Like this. Yeah, you can go on.
Okay, so regardless of
umsebenzi,
okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Regardless of umsebenzi, you understand, or whether the way your township is, you understand the environment. You can see Lonto there, like 10 minutes away from your own like household. Or rather, and like, or rather, it's a constant thing. You understand? You want to each and every corner, so and then you turn out to be that person, but it's no excuse. I would say, you understand? We feel different. It can, like, I've been exposed to a lot of things. You understand? That are completely like different from who I am. And understand, and I'm glad you, because even when I saw it like firsthand, to me it felt wrong. You understand? But okay, it just doesn't feel right. Regardless of about it, just walk away when you tune. Yeah, understand? Because sitting here, I understand very well as well. But as people, we're different. And also, women are created to be beings who are more emotional than us. Understand? I think that's something that everybody knows. So I'm not saying to them it's justified, but because they're emotional beings more than we are, acting understand. But at some point, like it's especially when it comes to into of two people being a male and a female, perspectives and opinions, rather, like I don't particularly like to include myself kanjalo, because wonke umuntu une-opinion yakhe from situation yakhe. That's why maybe even in relationships uzava umuntu, abantu abangaphandle, umuntu xa ebethwa ubesithi uhleleleni bayakutrapha ufithi umfuno yabo awazi ukuba kwenzeka ntoni. I understand. And even if ungasuggest ukuthi okay, try doing this and that, but at the end of the day enhlizweni yomuntu into yokuba okay, this is how I feel about this and that, so this is how I'm going to move forward. Understand? So with the situation besitha ngayo kasijaba ladies ama I think nalapho it's like that. And as much as a country we can say okay, ubazi bani is roaming the streets, you understand, she couldn't done it ngenzeka ukuthi akayenzanga, but thina kwi-position esikhulu, you understand, we're not in a position to tell it's easy, but also knowing based on perception. Normally females act this way and then normally guys are like this.
Because I remember one, I don't think we did much justice on the other episode of Rape or No Rape. Like, for instance, umninawa wami masithi usiphuma kumama we-one, you rape someone, as umkhulu wakho, I say, or I go out and publicly say, he might have done it, he might have not done it, but irregardless, I must still stand with him. The society already, but you rape an apologist. How am I supposed to do? Like I always say to Abantu, it will never change the fact that what it did was wrong, but it doesn't also change the fact that I have to be there. I have to start because this person maybe was my friend or my brother or whatever. I have to be there for you because they are still my blood. But Lenda is wrong. I acknowledge by wrong, but still, excuse me, man. Yet when a woman says, "Simon raped," everyone jumps to Simon raped without having the facts or. You are guilty until you are innocent until proven guilty. But was what judge was you repeal and don't.
But then that you are guilty till proven innocent.
And then because of when there's allegations. After that, nothing happens to the girl. She just lives life without any consequences of what she has done and the damage that she has done to Lomchita. Yes, man. And our feelings.
Sorry to cut you, but I was speaking on top of it about maybe the girl accusing the guy on something that he hasn't or didn't do or
but because of now because of London and the okanye umchitele now make a room unrape but you just like what Lady Zama said, I wanted your attention, but she seeked attention wrong. I'm not gonna get into that story, everyone knows the story. But yeah, but that woman will walk around freely as if she did nothing wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, you see, another situation that's similar to that, I think,
that pissed me off. That pissed me off.
Some females are capable of doing that. They understand.
Yeah.
And it damages the outie.
For life, though.
Hence, in say, yes, we understand, but there are females with emotions and quite a lot of emotions more than us. But also some of the things that they do out of those emotions are not justified. But hence, when say, Yonke lento lena is opinionated, and it's also based on the conversation that we've been having, like weekly perception. Sure. Into esiyibona thina on the screen, and I'm backing up the thing it's hard to have an opinion or a perception. Maybe kwinto zomnye umuntu. You understand? I live by into to each their own. And then I ndifundisiwe lento le apha got ingrained in me. But actually 99 to each their own, because certain things drive certain people to do certain things, and then what's portrayed in the media or whatnot is different. You understand? Us sitting here, we can say there was no justice for Mendy. It ends being wrong. You understand?
Exactly.
At the very same time, intombazana kulaqalile hayizobisithi wenzile lento lena, but because he's a big star, obviously he's gonna be excused. You understand? I understand. But now we have to like pay more attention onto into the next person, which is the female. Hence, in such more often than not, like he's into Zawanta way too, like seriously into Zawanta way too much, because asas, but obviously in a worldly context, they understand the way it's shaped by perception, and then obviously now we stand in a position as men where we'll be like, mara no, we are okay and umnandi for mara at the same time, females will be like, no pumile. They understand about
it's the Mason Greenwood situation. It has everyone on the fences, but it deserves a second chance. Women are like, oh, if you integrate him into the team, then that means you support what he did.
You support what he did.
Exactly. So we're living in a world where it's tricky. Yeah, it is tricky. And also, I remember, when did Ricky Rick pass away? Last year. I remember after Ricky Rick committed suicide. It's still sensitive. And then there were women who were like, why didn't he talk? Why didn't he talk? Why didn't he come out and seek for attention? But anyways, they're saying that I can't. But I want to ask you about that. But Oh, yeah. But anyways, imagine but xa ndiza kuwe ntombi yam ndifike nje man baby ABCDE you hayi man ayena. That's how most women react when as umjikta you tryna, but they say we must, but when we are, but are you why drama queen, yeah. But you said I must talk about how I feel and where I am now. And now that I'm telling you are deaf, you are
showcase.
We diva, drama, you know, like where are you on, you know, like Kanye and all of that, and yeah.
It's quite sensitive. We're cool into for an hotel. That's a great job.
Make great, boy. Yeah. I think we have like 4 minutes left. Yeah.
So for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going for 30.
Yeah, we're going for 30.
Oh, okay.
Hey, the podcast. I used to say we're gonna have like a podcast for like 10 minutes, but it went to a point where like the conversations just flow. We go to 30.
Oh, I thought we were going to an hour. But yeah.
Good conversations. Yeah.
Sure.
But sure.
But yeah, Jam, on top of Lento Kobo YouTube, like with males not being probably, or rather feeling that they don't have a platform to express their feelings and all that. Into it, more often than not. And it's not only with females, even as much sometimes. I'm going
through something.
Showcase, man, it's your span and I'm able to feel like luckily, I understand the environment that I'm in, I understand, and like my surroundings and my friends. See a ring, you understand. I'll tell me to man, I'm looking to so I live in here, I understand. In Tanga, man, I'll cook red. I should tell me as if it's me to so like a best here. I understand, and we are able to like embrace each other's pain. As a much that I understand, because I feel like if we cannot do that for ourselves, then you can't go up to a female who things into his needs, especially while going through emotions and whatnot, to figure it that's intentionally sad. And hence why Christian needs to feel like they do push us away, because the Christian needs it could be your girlfriend, it could be your sister, it could be your mother, I understand, your aunt and whatnot. The outcome might be like that, but okay, sizothetha ngayo late. Ngena ngexesha ufuna uthetha ngayo ngoku.
Iyanditya ngoku le.
Nathi into endifuna ukubuza, nathi into endifuna ukuqonda. This is what I want to know. This is how I feel about this and that and that. I understand. And speaking on top of Lonto level, I understand. I don't know if it's okay that I go on
talk
showcase. So speaking on top of like this level, that's where Psyche now comes in 40. I understand with the platform in a exactly having these into Zanjalo, though we train, I will be like, nah, Psyche doesn't understand like what's therapy going to do for me, but at the end of the day it does help. I believe we're both sitting here with you being someone who's been in that space. I understand now myself, like for the past year, like I went for therapy for the whole year. I understand. Salute. And at first when it began, I understand it wasn't something that I thought it could make a difference, because like there was a lot of things happening. I understand.
Continue. The lighting is something happening with the lighting, but
showcase. So your lady when we come up until we transpired with December transpired. There was a lot of things, the pressure of being in school, I understand, for the first time. There's a
lot of things, but there's the podcast for that one. We should go deep into it.
There's a police awareness. So it was just a lot of things that are just combined all at once. So
and you have no one to speak to.
I just thought to myself, why hasn't done? Let me go to psychiatrist. And it wasn't my own decision. I understand. It was something that was influenced by someone who's very close and dear to me. I understand. Yes, I can. I'm desire. Yes, I can. Understand. So, must understand. And then I went to psychiatrist. First few sessions that I had. I understand. The therapist. I'm thinking to myself, but like, what is this gonna help? with.
Yeah.
I understand it because I feel the very same way.
Yeah.
It's more like teenagers are cheetah, and we are solution based.
Yeah.
Even feel like right now at this point, yeah man, maybe back rent because
Sure.
there's a lot of things that we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
I understand the so sharp we have sessions, and as time went on, that's when I realized lento lena inceda ngeke, so we understand like, oh lo muntu lo angizelanga yini ukuthi ngizofumana isolution kuye. No, let me just open up. And also the thing of like talking to someone who's not gonna bring their own problems as well on top of you. You understand? It's very helpful because more figure to a professional as I could.
Yeah.
Tina singabantu.
Yeah, speak.
Tina singabantu, it normally happens.
The whole month.
Shook.
I'll speak. Speak on mine.
Oh. Yeah,
speak on mine. Till I fix it.
So singabantu feel it happens with Tina. Yeah. We're good now.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Singabantu, if ndiza kuwe Thabo, ndithi athi yangu into so inhluphayo. You understand?
Listening.
Ngizothi xa ngifika kuThabo ndithi Thabo, eshe mfethu kukho into so yazi mfethu ziyabuya esigele mfethu ngifuna ukupasa i-course or module so you understand, so eshe mfethu stress andazi ngizakala. Guess what's the first thing Thabo says? Aisha mpana yazi yabuya yazi nami last week mfethu bendiku situation efanayo and what not, and ngelo xesha ndifuna ukuva wena ngixelela ukuba nawe kwenzeke so you understand. So when you get to indawo njenge-psychiatrist, yeah, they won't tell you about yena last week, or rather they know when to say lonto leyo. Thina as people, there's a reason why they are professionals, and understand, because not that they don't do it, but bona bayazi uba ndithetha nini. You understand? But with us, now you have so many things going on inside your mind and your heart, understand? You also want to have the platform to like say something to me, you understand? But demos are going to they are calling it so you understand. So important
because I remember having a conversation of mine when I was back home in P Rosita. We're talking about this. I'm like, yo, when I come to you with what I'm feeling, like for instance, I lost my granny last year. So I'm like, I'm trying to talk to you. Don't tell me which now you lost your father. Just listen to me and wait for me to tell you, okay, I'm done. You can. Don't put your problems on top of my problems. I'm here to speak and
because at the end of the day, in that situation, Ndiza is Untu who's seeking for help, and then in the conversation it ends up in the way of Bandim who's helping. You understand?
Sure.
Of which in the conversation I came as someone who was like, I need help with this and this and that. You understand? So hence in Sijuba, it first has to be a norm amongst us as a merchant. You understand? Like if I'm in a platform, or rather I'm in a situation whereby I know maybe what happens on the other side of the room, which is the psychiatrist. Can't figure much it, and I'm able to say, as in Josam, my endeavor, I understand that man is from what is ring is this is coward diet out. You understand, or things that we don't understand and whatnot. Me, based on where I've been, this is how things happen. You understand, and I've learned. So each and every time I try to pass that on because Mnandi has like it's been a year of attending therapy. I'm not saying anything as your kid. No, you understand that, but just having to start, you understand, it puts me in a position whereby I can say, Thabo, if ever njam nende kawata uringa na mothi yamsipho ukusiphuma kanjani. If ever ngiyakhona ukusiza, ngizokhona. Mangakhoni enye into nansi inyani. Just be honest. If you can't do it, awukwazi nje. I understand. Ungazama ukuba uSuperman. I understand.
Singalibali ixesha kuyo yonke loo nto. Because the conversation
it can shut you.
So in closing, what's your message to what's your message to Amachi? To one who might be going through the same things that we're going through, the things that we touched about, and what's your message to Amachi? Like Machita, your age, younger, older, because that's what I believe in. Not umdala nje wazi yonke into. There's a thing that you're gonna learn from your outing that you never thought about. So what's your advice to just a few minutes, like 1 minute before
quick
showcase?
So Bafetu, we are in a world where we feel as though everything is against us.
Mhm.
Yeah, I understand, and not only from our families, yeah, I understand, or rather our relationships, yeah, I understand, our working environments and whatnot, they understand. So it's important for us, but see, as I'm out, where pinches are and whatnot, they understand. It's just be in a position of loyalty, you
Yeah.
understand, or rather in a position of being loyal to amashita wakho, understand.
Yeah.
Loyal as in ngiyacaba ukuthi okay into kanje nakanje ezokhawata umntanga angengize ngiyitshume, because that also contributes on them, you understand, being maybe frustrated and whatnot. Angeke ukuthi ngize ngithi ngisuka ndithi ndize kuwe Thabo, Thabo ngikhala ngento so ngifuna ukulunga nayo ngento kanje nakanje, you understand. Mangifika uThabo uyangishayashaya, you understand, because he wants to accommodate maybe something else that he feels is way more important. Sharp, now important. Mara iba never understand which one intanga kuyinto so yenza. So Tina is about, let's just be honest with ourselves. Prepare, we understand. Let's be truthful to ourselves with intanga. Take it mshashana. Why is it wrong? You understand? Let's be clear on that. If I'm not wrong, and if I'm wrong, take it, go in the context of, but I'm a man, I have to take it. Not from that of insisting on my own way, but I'm wrong. I was understand.
Yeah.
So not only does it apply to you, but listen, but apply it also. So I should let, or rather allow myself to live in that as well. Like live in but it's so without instead of belonging to you. So in my own space I have to try and practice it. And then
That's right, yeah. Yeah, and for me now, I think as gents we just need to build a child,
yeah.
to create one another. Thatha intwana yakhe incane yasekasi, if I have father figure, or even if you're not a father figure, but don't mislead him, show him the right things, build him, because lo mntu likamva langomso. You need to build another man, not for wena, but for isizwe sethu. That's where thina madoda we need to step in now and sifundisane, sekuxoxiselana, sekuqhathana,
Exactly.
and sikhulisane. Khulise wena Sima, hayi sime wrong wenzayo. Let's not be afraid to point each other's mistakes. Bas nasi wrong la nto yenzileyo. Let's not masingaxoxiselane ngento ezingazosi build. We need to build each other so that we can be better for the next person. We can be better for us bethu, abafazi bethu, and all of that. And we need to also, as a machita, create a safe environment for ourselves in terms of speaking to one another about deep things and deep feelings
before we can seek for that.
But so that's my last words or my motivation to Amachita, is that we need to create each other like safe space amongst each other. I need to come to you, Sima. Yes, Sima, out down. Zapeta relationship yam. Sima endlini mfethu ma only yabo. Yeah, without being afraid or ashamed about uzothini bayihale athi yakhe hola yikhethile yafumana. Exactly. Also, we need to build sorry for iphinda abantwana amachita amancinci ubhuti bakhe abancinci. For instance, I'm not being coach now, and as much as being coach, I don't only coach them football only. I coach them also life things. So that's what we need to do. We need to teach each other, better each other, so that's been about grand, so that we can be better for Bantomazan or Mama Betu, so that bangakhali kwangathi. Yes, siyazenza izinto siyabaripa siyabethe, but we need to build each other, groom each other as a nation, because this is
I mean, it sounds like it's very rare to hear someone be understand having to utter such words because I wanted to add on top of Lontole, still bearing in mind by question.
It's just going.
We might complain about a lot of things that females do, but we don't take into consideration but also nati. We play a huge role in them being the way they are. You understand it? Because if we do not create a safe space for each other, is a much this is covered up. You understand? Mangsuga emachiteni ndisuke ema-outhini sibe siringing umnandi qha
Mantombazana.
mangiphuma da I'm going to face the world. It's no longer about vibes and entertainment amongst amajita. Now I have to face reality, and then that shapes who I become. I understand. So doesn't feel upon let's say maybe female or a kid. There's so much that I can impact on just because there's a lot inside of me.
Yeah, sure.
So it shapes from she will become or he will become. And also females, be it your mom. So complain to mama or your girlfriend doesn't do this for you and whatnot, but you are the one who's like, you understand, and why you like that? Because only much into
Exactly. Friendship.
Yeah, some shy or whatnot, or sends in this plumber, you don't talk about essential things. So I just want to be quite honest and I like it to have people around me, like even general, we have conversations on a daily basis. You understand?
Sure.
We talk time and time again, you understand? And I'm not just my content list, you understand? It's with people who are innovative, you understand? Deep thinkers, people who advise, you understand? Post status, uma context akuseya abantu abazoshayisisa bazobuza uze kwenzeka ntoni ukrenda siyabona happy okay no siyabona hayi ngathi akho krenda, you understand? So I'm lucky enough to have such people around me, and also having those people around me, from my friends to my coaches, you understand? Wonke umuntu who's involved, they shape who I am.
Me, I feel like we should have a second part of this conversation, but not with only me and you, with abanye abantu amajita, and just create immense conference. When you're not immense conference, kutani post ngayo ki social network, immense conference
immense conference la umthoma senza imali.
No. Besides the Mandela, just before the Mandelas, we just need to build each other.
Showcase.
But anyways, man, so I go to Pelilang, Chonile Lang. Yeah, but yes, Kabila, man. Yes, Kabila, yeah, we're done, and I hope that you're gonna enjoy this episode, because it's not all fun and games. Sometimes we need to have these conversations that ground you and just bring it down. So where can people get you on socials, IG and Twitter?
Twitter.
Okay, I also don't have Twitter. It's toxic.
Yeah, Twitter and
IG.
I'm on Instagram as Sima Dlomo.
Okay.
Cream Latin.
Yeah, we'll write it down. Yeah, we'll write it. Yeah, something.
And well, that's just about it. Social media, Facebook, and corner from populism. On Facebook, so so Facebook as well, and those are just the two like social media handles that I have, and then on WhatsApp. I want to have WhatsApp.
It's a personal space.
What's a personal space?
It's personal. But anyways, we sound so silly for the hand, my friend. Your book. Your book. Except watch. Thank you.
Oh, this.
Yo, I shy it. I like